Okay, and we are live. Hello, hello, beautiful people out there on Facebook, on YouTube, on wherever you may be watching this. Listen, thank you for joining us tonight. Go ahead and hit that like button. Matter of fact, hit the love. Don't just like, give us hearts. Show us some of that black love for this black excellence we have on tonight. We are here with the United Black Element Legendary Review Show. We have two very special guests with us tonight, London Escada and Christian Banks.
Yep.
We're going to be chatting with them. If y'all have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the comments. However, let me give you a small caveat. If you don't share this video, we're not going to ask your questions. So go ahead and share this video too. Sharing gets caring.
I hear that.
What's happening, okay? So if we don't see share, don't even ask us a question, okay? But anywho, for those who don't know, a little bit about United Black Element, UBE exists to enable young Black same-gender loving men ages 18 to 35 here in the Dallas, Texas area to feel their greatest potential for good. So we do a number of things, mostly community mobilization, bringing the community together to support one another on very important issues, one of which being HIV. We believe people should be able to sex how they like, but sex responsibly. Use your condoms, use your PrEP, take your treatment, get whatever you need to do to sex responsibly. With great sex comes great responsibility. So be responsible. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Legendary HBO Max, episode 3. It was popping. Devin, tell us what was going on in episode 3. Give us your rundown.
So everybody had to perform houses together. It was good. Choreography was a good component. It was circus, berserkers. Some of y'all was scary as hell. But it was a lot of fun. I will say that this episode was a lot of fun. It was a lot of. I can't hear him. You can't hear me?
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Can y'all hear Devin? Let's see. Can the people of the Facebook, can y'all hear Devin? If y'all can hear Devin, please put a comment and say we can hear Devin. We can hear Devin. Devin, let your voice be heard, okay? Let your voice be heard.
Devin, you might need to riot so they can hear you.
No. We right here at the house. We staying right here at the house. But no, like I said, it was crazy. It was a lot of drama this week. Y'all was really wilding. And it was really the judges. It wasn't even y'all. So that was interesting. Definitely different for TV.
I love the thing. Circus, berserkers. I freaking love the circus. When I was younger, I used to want to join the circus. Like my mama took me to my first circus when I was like still in diapers. And like I remember, wanting to run off and join Cirque du Soleil. Then I learned how they treated the animals. I was like, okay, I can't be a part of that. But Lava Sam, do y'all have any feedback, any reactions to Legendary season, episode 3?
I am going to hang back for the meantime. I'll see what everybody else comes up with, and then maybe I have something to say later on.
It seems like the juice is over there.
I have a question. So I'm watching the show now, and these judges are wearing me thin. Do y'all ever exchange words with them after the episode is done airing or anything?
Towards the end, I feel like when everybody's about to march off and everything, you get a chance to talk to everybody, converse a little bit, but it's not too much. But you get to say your little 1-2s.
I was about to say because it looks like they were upset with Dominique Jackson carrying as much as she did, but she was getting what the other judges give every week. So I was just like, what are y'all? And I'm a huge Dominique Jackson fan, so I was so happy to see her.
Yeah.
I do say stuff to them though. There's plenty of times that we go up to them and we say certain stuff, and they don't play it all. There was a huge back and forth between one of my members and one of the judges / hosts on the show, but they don't really get into it too much. But it was kind of like a big thing that carried on throughout the season.
Ooh. I got a feeling tonight's conversation is going to be real juicy. So listen, y'all are tuned in. Please hit that love hit that share. Let people know we're here and we are talking. Okay, it is Pride Month. We got Christian with the Pride cap, the Pride crown, representing for us. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right in with y'all. Christian, why don't you tell the people who you are, where you're from, and how'd you get involved with ballroom?
Well, my name is Christian. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I started working bowls when I was about, I want to say, like 16, 15. I started real early. I was a young teen. Like, I started dancing and expressing myself at a very young age. And I got into ballroom. I got into ballroom through Rest in Peace Auburn, I believe his name is, Ibisu, Auburn Ibisu,
Oh
and
yeah.
and Vivica Mugler. That's who put me on the ballroom, and then I just did my own thing. I didn't always go face. I like streamed off into different things, and I figured out what was my strong point. And it definitely wasn't voguing. So that's another thing I want to make clear about the show. Like, the show seems to like stem all around voguing and ballroom. It's not just based on ballroom. I mean, on voguing. Like, it's definitely a powerhouse in ballroom, but it's not just based on voguing.
Yeah.
So what categories?
It's like around the art of it all. Like,
Yeah, like the art. Just expressing yourself through different categories.
Yeah.
So also the people want to know what are your pronouns? Mikey asks, what are y'all's pronouns? You go he, him, hers, she, her, hers. What you got?
Who,
I'm
me?
him and hers.
Yeah, Christian. Christian, what are your pronouns?
Linda said he's him and her.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm whatever you want to call me. Like, I call everything.
Period.
I love Flame Monroe. She says, I'm she, he, we. I'm like all of them. Whatever you need to do. She, he, we. So London, tell us, who you are, where you're from, and how'd you get involved with ballroom?
So, hey guys, I'm London. I am from Springfield, Massachusetts. I just recently moved to, well, not recently, it's been 7 years since I've been living in Boston, Massachusetts. And I got into ballroom. First, I seen it off America's Best Dance Crew. And so seeing like Prince Milan and Naomi and Deshaun and all of them up there, that was like my first thing. I'm like, oh wait, you can be on TV dancing, you can be masculine and feminine. So I kind of like fell in love with that. And then my friend Robert called me out of nowhere and he was like, hey, they're having a ball in Boston and they're having the people from America's Best Dance Crew. So I was like, all right, I'm coming. They come to Boston and I'll guide you through everything. So I got up there, got to Boston. It was in a church. This is my first time ever in Boston ever. Yeah. And then mind you, my friend gives me like a nylons, like it's like see-through, and it had like the pantyhose and everything. So I'm like, wait, I'm gonna wear this in church. But I did anyway. I put it on and I walked virgins that day. And that was May 11, 2011. So ever since then, I kind of fell in love with the structure of it, the history, just like the ancestors that made it possible for me to kind of like stand on it. I'm like, that interested me the most. So after that, I kind of been hooked.
I shade to the ancestors. Yes. What categories do you walk, London?
I walk Vogue Femme. In this show, they're gonna say I walk drags, but I really walk Vogue Femme. I'm Butch Queen Vogue Femme.
Butch Queen Vogue Femme.
Okay.
That's nice. Devin, what you
got? Wait, let's see. Let's see if I can get this clip to work. This we gonna see.
So again, y'all, click share, click love, post your questions. I see some stuff over here. I'm like, ooh, don't want to share that, but we might get to it. Okay, so I think we got a short clip we're gonna watch, courtesy of Devin, and then we're gonna talk some more.
Oops. Oh, maybe.
That and then hit play.
If it would do so.
Yeah, she tripping. There we go.
Yeah.
This is cute.
Okay.
Question. So your house, I was really sad to see y'all go this week. Like really sad because I mean, like just seeing y'all and seeing y'all before y'all even on the show. A lot of y'all I've seen, social media and the work that y'all have done. So I was like, okay, I was expecting y'all to go in and just wear some people out, but it was like, okay. So the first week they said that y'all were like lacking energy, but I really enjoyed y'all's presentation. Like I thought it was a presentation. It was very runway. It wasn't bold, so of course it didn't have all the extra energy that everybody else had. But I still thought it was a really good presentation of who y'all were. So how did you feel when they were like coming at y'all like y'all didn't do nothing?
I didn't like it. I walked, but they didn't show us. I walked off. They didn't show that though. But I didn't like it. I feel like. Well, first, if anybody's watching this from the show, I apologize for walking off. But that's not doing a good sport. But I think a lot of the time ballroom confuses. I think it's disrespectful to say low energy when you're expecting or you're looking for a certain pizzazz, which is vogue. You get what I'm saying? And voguing brings a certain different type of energy. But when you're walking things like face and runway, and you're just kind of like in your moment, like in your strut or whatever, it may require a different type of poise. I always say this about ballroom. There's some people that vogue, and then there's some people that belong in Vogue. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you think of Vogue, Vogue comes from the magazine Vogue. You get what I'm saying? The essence, the poise, the posing. You get what I'm saying? And I think they didn't captivate that or understand that well because it's a different type of energy. Like Octavia, which is like a staple of pioneer ballroom, we had her voice in the background. We had her vocals, and she wasn't a vocal. She had like this type of demeanor, this aura about her that was very striking. She was a model, an actress, an activist, and we kind of like made nods towards her, but they were kind of like overlooked, so to say. You see what I'm saying? Like even in a room that we film in the compound, there's a big picture of Octavia St. Laurent in the room. So meaning that the show and the entity, they know who she is. They knew who she represented. But when we were trying to transcend that in the performance, people looked over it, which is kind of like, it's kind of a dig, so to say. And it's like a dig at our creative because ballroom doesn't just resort around voguing. You get what I'm saying? And I just feel like we should have just paid a little bit of attention to what we were trying to depict. You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
Thank Lord liked it.
Right, because to me it actually stood out because it wasn't all of that. So I was like, oh, okay, like they did that still. Like it was like they said, like okay, yeah, you were looking for that energy, then no, you weren't gonna get what you.
Yeah, like it was kind of like a feeling, a more of an aesthetic with us. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And also, I feel like when you're playing cards, you don't throw out your strong hand first. You don't lead with your strong hand because, as you can see, everyone threw out their strong hand in the first episode, and when they got to the second episode, a lot of people struggled because ballroom doesn't just consist of voguing. So when you pull all the voguing out of it, it's given who can survive, who can prevail. You get what I'm saying?
And
So
then we panicked. Everybody panicked.
everybody was like, "Oh my God, we gotta walk one of us, three of us." Like,
There's that body. I was like, wait a minute.
like it was dope though. I think it was a dope experience, but I just want a lot of people to not just focus because it's kind of like it's disappointing to other people that don't vote. Like me, I don't pretty much know how to vote, so it's kind of like we have a whole bunch of people that are here front and center to watch Vogue and you can't do it. It's just a little bit disappointing, but you can always learn.
Yeah. And you know what? I just felt like they didn't understand the elegance about boutique houses as well. Like there's like regular houses and then there's like boutiques. Like boutiques are very elegant and there's a different way that we approach situations and like how we put out our art and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of time that's slept on because everybody wants the drama of it all. They want the everybody like swinging their hair and doing a 360 in the air. Is like, what about the elegant side that both kind of came from? It came from the elegance of art of your structure, your pose, your lines, your beauty. And so I felt like that was kind of a little bit absent, but I feel like it kind of people figured it out after a while, but it definitely was tough in the beginning for like at that translation.
Do y'all think things would have been different if like the judges, like all the judges were actually of the ballroom community and not just some, famous people?
I don't want to say nothing that gets me. I have a loud mouth. I don't want to say nothing that's like, I'm going to answer
it. So I have like two feelings about it. Like I felt like with it being like other people besides ballroom, it kind of gave fair grounds in a different way. But if it was by people in ballroom, I feel like they would probably understand some of the formulas that we use, because sometimes they had to learn that on the way. So when they first seen it, it was like, what is that? Like, that's not, but then they learned later on, but it's just like, this is a show and it should already have it, but it's the first season. So I think we're all learning together. They were learning us, we were learning them. But at ballroom, on the panel, I feel like it probably would have been a little bit different because of favorites and people have bonds behind closed doors. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't have been a fair ground on the floor. So that's just like
closed doors.
I want to open the doors up like, come out, y'all caught. No,
I personally loved like both of y'all's performance. I mean, there's no shade to anybody, but it's Scotty, y'all definitely deserve that legendary status for those circus acts and the 5 elements. I think that was just brilliant.
Thank you.
I love
and at the same time, I love Christian's y'all's. I feel like it was very American Horror Story, Ryan Murphy season 1, Freak Show season. It just gave me so much, and Miss Law, she just couldn't take. That's why she used to go get her life right. That's why she was just like, I was scared. Well, girl, go to church, honey. You scared? Go to church, girl. Bye.
I can't.
believe. Damn. I don't want to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't know.
Well, honey, they already put y'all off the show. Say it.
No, right. But you gotta just be respectful of the people that give you certain opportunities. So I don't want to. I know I can go off into the deep end sometimes.
Got
Me too.
So, but well, maybe you could speak on this thing because I think I was kind of reading on Twitter that there may have been some drama or something, between you and something or community or something.
So first. I wanted to speak on the Tyra situation. I feel like certain moments are good for TV. You get what I'm saying? By all means, everybody get your moment. But I just feel like sometimes, like Dominique is already made and established inside and outside the scene. When you have tons of people that are sitting here and they trying to live out their dreams, or like they're just trying to make something happen. Just bring some shit back home that they can work with. I feel like it's not your opportunity to crush people. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of stuff you guys didn't see. You get what I'm saying?
There was a lot.
Whole demeanor, everyone like completely. Like, my whole thing is, you got like 5 people to a team. Misha Lay is definitely one of our hard hitters, but she's not the only person on our team.
Right.
Like, and I'm pretty sure I know I know most of all the judges outside of this. And I feel like you guys know what a lot of these people on the stage are capable of and what they're not capable of. So when you see other people trying stuff, like me, I don't vogue at all. The fact that I was on beat with them, I did a whole like you know what I'm saying? Like, I was out of my element completely, and they didn't even say something about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just all solely based on Misha Lay. Like, Misha Lay wanted this, Misha Lay wanted that. And it's disrespectful to the other people on her team because it's not the Misha Lay team. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole house. It's a whole group of people. And they just put too much pressure on her. Like, I feel like every judge has something specifically to say to her and not on our team. And everybody that was there or was there throughout the whole experience, they can bench them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they never once had a critique solely based on any of us personally. It was just all on her. Like, and it's fucked up. I feel like she didn't have to get all of that from them. Like, they didn't all have to like come down her throat like that. Like, we were expecting this. We were expecting. Well, if you want to go see Chalet, you can go see her when she has concerts for people that you can go see Chalet. You know what I'm saying? It's a group out here. Like the respect shit. Like a lot of people, judges, they demand respect, but they go in there and clown and show their ass. And like when people say something, when people violate or walk up to them like, bitch, what's the problem? Like, it's a personal issue. I'm not gonna say that because it's about to get carried away. I feel like some people play on who they are. You get what I'm saying? Because if a person not like Michelet, you get what I'm saying, who's unapologetically black, unapologetically trans, very, I know what I want, I speak on what I want. She's a Leo. I feel like if somebody opposite from her, like a subtle, maybe white person, if you will, walked up to a certain type of judge, they wouldn't feel how they feel. It's like when she walked up to somebody, it's like, oh my God, I'm endangered, my life. Oh my God, what's up to me? You get what I'm saying? But it's like she only wants to know the answer to a question, and people play off certain type of things. You get what I'm saying? Because you know when someone's trying to endanger you, and you know when someone's just curious to know the answer to a question. And I feel like I like Jamila and all of that, but no shade. We could have preferred Azealia Banks or Katy Perry.
Chop her.
Katy Perry. I feel like you're queer, okay, but do you really know what it means to be gay? Do you really know what it means? Like, fuck the ballroom scene. Do you really know what it means to be gay? Fuck the queer. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like queer is a safe word for people to use. Like, what queer? So safe. Bitch, are you lesbian, bi? Do you agree with what you're saying? Are you an ally? Like, be specific what you are to gay people. We don't have time for you to be, like, playing both sides of the fence. It's a strict world where we live in. Are you an ally? Are you not an ally? Are you with us? Are you not with us? Do you know or do you not? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is you a top? Is you bottom? No, like,
like, why are you here? And I'm not trying to be fierce, like asking her, like, but why are you here? Like, do you respect the, like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like it wasn't, I didn't feel the love coming from her at all throughout the whole entire season. And it's not just me. I read it on Twitter. People are like, we don't kind of feel the gist of it all. Like, is this a money opportunity for you? Are you exploiting us? Like, what is it like? Are you just riding with us because you think it's cool? Like, who are your gay friends? Like, what do you know about this? Do you know who Octavia St. Laurent is? Do you know what the Stonewall is? Like, do you know any of this history? Because you're not saying it throughout the season.
Okay.
It's no shade. Like, if we have a place where all black people are gathered and someone comes and they're there, we want to know, like, do you know Martin? Do you know Malcolm? Do you know this stuff? And if you can, I think you should be here.
So are you saying she doesn't have a invite to the cookout?
No.
I have a question.
Yes, Lava.
Based on that information, there were some other things that y'all were talking about, like with like a lot of the hiccups that came up with this. I will say the show was a strong first step towards representation of, you know, Vogue, Ballroom, all of that on mainstream platform besides Pose, which I think is amazing as well. With these like hiccups that keep coming up, because one thing that I keep hearing is about the judges and how, and I'm really big on people taking up space where they don't need to be. Is that, are they gonna address that for, you know, perhaps season 2, or because it would suck to repeat that kind of mistake where that's where like a lot of the complaints are coming from. Like it seems like it's like where was the strategy behind the judges panel? No shade, but you know,
I do like Megan on there though. I do like Megan. I think she brings a fun little cute element, and she just ghetto and hood, and I like what she brings to the TV.
And not only that, you can watch her Instagram and her socials and realize she interacts with the lifestyle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She posted Trans Lives Matter to a group of fucking ghetto black people. For them, you get what I'm saying? Like, she's definitely an ally. You can see that in the way she carries herself. the other girl, nice gowns, but say where's Katy Perry? You know what I'm
Can
saying?
somebody get Katy Perry on the line, please?
Yeah. Where's Madge when you need her? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's to me, it's just no. I can feel gay people are big with picking up the love from people.
Yeah.
We know when somebody's pandering. We know when somebody's just using this.
Right.
Saying like, are you? Tell me something that will, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, tell me something that can make me kind of correlate to what you're saying, not just I'm queer. Bitch, we're all queer.
So I want to come back to that. London, I'm curious. What was it like for you being the superior house, as Miss Girl says, the superior house with her? I mean, her accent is cute, though. I do go up for her accent.
Yeah, little accent. She said status.
The legendary status.
Like I felt like for me, it wasn't about the competition mostly. It was about like the movement from our house because like we came from like people not really respecting our legacy. You know what I mean? Like because we're our iconic house, but people don't treat us as such. But like we treat each other in our house as such. So like we know what our worth is. So like we don't need any validation from other people. But I felt like thank you. You know, I felt like getting a superior house just like showed that you can come, you know, the world can be against you, but you can still end up on top. Like, stick to like what you love and your passion, and like if that's what you want, you go. So I felt like Superior House just showed us like we ain't that underdog no more. I mean, it made a target a little bit, but you know, it just made us feel like appreciated.
Yes, I love what you said. You know, not seeking that validation. I mean, seeking external validation. You know, I think that's one thing. You know, more Black people could benefit from. Like, girl, we don't need nobody's validation, honey. We are Black and we're excellent. You know, period.
Yeah.
Point blank. Period.
I feel like happiness comes from not what you like. You know, it's not from material. It's not from another person. True happiness is just like when you're happy and content with what you have. You know what I mean? Because like you're always gonna have something new because every day is a new day. You know what I mean? So as long as you're happy with the things that continue to go through the days with, then that's true happiness. Like you can have no money or you can have the world. You know, you gotta find that something that can keep you happy. I don't know how, you know.
I'm glad that
we get it.
that was dope. I'm
Thank you.
glad that they got that. You know, because it was a lot of hater energy on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Were y'all friends prior to the show?
No, that's the funny thing. Like I got close to him during the show. I love his house. I loved him so much. I watched the show every time. I watched the show every time. I'm like, yo, I fucking love them.
Yeah.
Listen, me and Christian, I felt like I got to understand Christian even more, and like just to know how sweet he was. Like, because mind you, when everybody was like in the room and everything, everybody was like scoping out. Christian was the person to really be like, "What's up? How you doing?" I was like, "Hi, Christian," give him a hug. So from there, just like it opened me up. You know what I mean? So I can like let my wall down.
You know, going to this, they would tell you I was Cruella de Vil, so I had to go out my way to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, what's your sign, Christian?
Leo.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I can definitely see that for you. Yeah. What about you, London?
Gemini.
Gemini. Okay.
Oh, happy birthday!
No
My
one.
birthday. Thank you. 10 more days for my birthday. 10 more days.
Okay, happy birthday. What we
Thank
doing?
you.
What we doing?
So I'm going camping. I want to go camping, but I want to do a tent. I wanted to have like the actual feeling of like being in the wilderness, and you know. So I'm gonna have a couple friends. Of course, the Scottas. You gotta have my little 5 Scottas come. They gotta come through, and probably do like some little cooking, eat together, spend some like spiritual time, and you know, I love that.
Some spiritual time.
Yeah, that's our bonding time. I call it spiritual time because we're all bonding.
I love it. I love it. I wasn't necessarily gonna ask about this, but since you said it, because I love when Black people are spiritual. Are
Yeah.
you spiritual, and like, what does that spiritual practice look like? And this is for both of y'all. Whoever wants to answer first, what does that spiritual practice look like for y'all today?
So, Christian, you want to go first?
Huh?
You want to go first?
Uh,
But
I'm go first, Linda.
okay. Well, so I feel like my spiritual practices is basically just everyday living and just feeling well, yo-yo. Okay, so you guys know yo-yo. Yo-yo is the spirit of like Escada. She get roots and everything, but I've always been kind of connected to those roots. I just didn't never had the education of really getting down deep into it. But yo-yo is the one
Hey
that
yo yo.
oh, hi, yo, yo. So, she's the one that really makes me understand and like my spiritual side more. But yeah, my spiritual practices is just living every day. Love is my spirit. Like, I feel like that's what gets you through life. You know what I mean? Because like, if you have hatred and stuff, there's always that karma effect that comes. So, love is like my spiritual thing. I know there's a higher power, but like, I just believe in like the universe and just anything you put out there, you get it back. I mean, it comes in a full circle. So it can take tomorrow, next day. Karma's on Instagram and she's instant messaging people. So I don't need time for any karma on me. So I always just I'm just spiritual by just life.
I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
So, London, something that you had mentioned earlier is that it is a part of your spiritual philosophy and it's a value of yours to value the things that you already have in your life. And that's one way to truly experience happiness right now.
Yeah.
But what I also find interesting is that years ago, you were watching America's Best Dance Crew, right? You saw Vogue Academy on the show, and on that show, there was space that they carved out for Vogue that's never been there before, really ever been there since.
Ever.
And now you're on a show that's all about ballroom. You know,
Yeah.
do you think that the way that you applied your philosophy has helped you go from just seeing things on the outside to being center stage? And if not, what philosophies have you applied so that you'd be able to make that journey and that transition?
Like how
Yeah.
she said that.
You know what? You hit it right on the money. No wonder why I knew you had the juice. I knew. No, but honestly, I feel like that really did carry me to a full circle because, like, when I first seen it, I knew that's what I wanted, and I didn't want to settle for anything less. Like, at first, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna become a backup dancer," and then I was like, "It's not. I'm really like." Doing something for somebody else's dream. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, let me get back on my track. So I went to when I moved to Boston to do my teaching for ballroom because when I was living in Springfield, I was going to New York and going to Boston, so learning from both. And took those cultures because New York's ballroom is completely different from Boston. So I learned a lot from going to New York and Texas and everything. I tried to like take that back to Boston and teach others. And then from there, I kind of started seeing things started turning around. And I'm like, you know what? I think if I just stay true to myself, the doors will open up for me. You know what I mean? So I have to know where my place is and where my lane is. And so if you don't know your lane, you don't know where you're driving to. There's no destination on your GPS. So I feel like I finally knew the address that I need to put in and just stay on that route, no matter how many U-turns or wrong turns you made. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to go through that. But I feel like as long as I got back on the track and my GPS Siri took me on that route, I knew something would happen, but I didn't think it was gonna be this. You know what I mean? I just thought like maybe I'll have like a little something, and I'll be happy about that. But I'm even happier now just to see how like it's really like shifting and shaping and different and groundbreaking. So it's
Yeah.
definitely like I feel like it just came to a full circle for me.
Well,
Come on, we love manifesting around here, bringing things in
Yeah.
divine alignment. Yes.
Oh well, what a satisfying answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Biggest
Christian, you got any comment on the spiritual piece?
I said we must have took the bus because they sure did drop us the fuck off.
Listen, the train was checking the tickets, and I didn't have one.
Hell no, this is your last and final stop. No, I enjoyed it though. I'm just a funny fast person, so I was just like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoyed it.
So again, if y'all are watching with us, we have about 20 more minutes of talking. So y'all go ahead and share this. And
Yes.
also, again, if again, one of the things that we do a lot of work around HIV and other STDs and as well. So remember, we believe that you should sex how you want to, but just do it responsibly. And if you're in the Dallas area, the number below, call us if you need to connect with any kind of HIV, STD resources. We can help you with that. If you're not in the Dallas area and there's something we can't help you with, guess what? We can connect you with somebody we know. We know lots of people. Our Rolodex is deep. So yeah, hit us up and we got you.
Actually, you know what? Just to backtrack off of that, somebody told me sex is good, so why not be safe so you can have some more?
Okay.
Oh, cute.
See?
Sex is good. What Rihanna say? Sex with her is so amazing. Yes.
I had you putting on Rihanna. Sex is so amazing.
Right. That's right.
That's my jam.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to go to the current events yet. Devin, you got anything? You got anything else you wanna add from our agenda, our situation?
We got one more clip we can play real quick.
Okay, well let's get a clip.
We're gonna talk to London a little bit more.
Don't try to drink outside the camera.
Oh, yeah, you said that? I was like,
He drinking Kool-Aid, y'all. What Kool-Aid he drinking?
I got some Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love those.
Savion. Put that crown on.
That's why I love those. Twilight.
My baby.
Yo, the funniest shit was when Twilight was watching the ninjas. So,
Listen, Twilight don't play. He's like that. Mind you, everybody thought like maybe it was just for the cameras, but Twilight is like that 24/7.
and he said those they so sexy, right? Those are my sisters.
Was Twilight the one that
Yo,
It was like,
he's so crazy. I love
was
him.
he the one that said I can taste the trophy?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. So he said, I can feel the trophy. I said, I can taste the money. And then Jazzo said, I can smell it.
So if y'all happen to win the money, what y'all gonna do with it?
So, what, all of the whole 100,000?
Yeah, the 100,000.
What we
No.
gonna do?
I'm gonna give me some new bags. No, I'm playing.
Okay.
For me, by myself, I would want to open up a dance school just so I can like teach Vogue and history, have like lessons and not people just learning Vogue, like actually get the backgrounds of it. Like just like how Christian said earlier, it's not about just Vogue. There's a whole this is really a whole culture if you think about it. Like it comes down to face, the fashion, the to the performance. You know what I mean? And realness. Realness is a big thing too. So I just want to be able for people in Boston or even the world if they're traveling, they want to come by and just like learn about the history and just be educated on it because this is has so many people that have shared their stories, even not off of HBO. You know what I mean? There's so much stories in ballroom alone that I feel like has been silent for so long. You know what I mean? So I will open me a dance school at studio for people that just need a place to like build on their talents. Like it could open to music, to writing music, to commentating, to voguing, to even if you needed like clothing, we have like a whole bunch of people there they can go in and design clothes wanted to, So I just wanted to have a facility for people to go to because I felt like when I was coming up, the biggest frustration for me was finding a place for all me and my friends to curate. You know what I mean? Because like every time we try to go somewhere, they're like, "Oh, no, after 12," or even it's just like, "Oh, you need to do a certain curriculum to do." I just want a place that people can just go to, open the doors, set up an appointment with me. I'll be like, "Hey, boo, what's up? You need it? You need a studio? I got you. You got it from 1 to 2, 1 to 3." You know what I mean? So I just want to open that up, and then the rest of it, I'll just help my family because they helped me get here.
Come
You
on,
know,
you come on. You better be opening doors for the people. You know,
but
when you make it to the top, send the elevator back down so somebody else can
of
come up
course,
too.
of course,
As it gets lonely at the top.
you know, what? Actually, just to backtrack off of that, because my first episode of the Escadas and everything, that's all from the commentator and everything. They're all Escadas. So we want to use their material because, like, if we could bring somebody on, that type of platform, why not support your own family to grow as well? So we made sure everything was homegrown for the first episode. So they said, give us a presentation for yourself. And so we came as the Phoenix because back then, if you guys didn't know, Evangelista, that is Escada before we transformed, we changed our name and everything. So in Polo, we're actually learning about our history kind of, in a way from extravaganza, from Evangelista. And so that's why I said we're the Phoenix. So we died out, we reborn to Escada, then we died out again. We kind of took the back road and now we're coming back again. So I felt like we're the phoenixes to evolving. So like we're always reborning from the ashes, trying to reach the so I think that's
So Katarina wants to know, much love to everybody, but she loves Mother London. She loves you. And so she wants to
hi
know, what
baby.
is y'all's favorite thing about attending a ball?
Being in a room full of talented people, that's my favorite. I just love looking around and be like, oh, who's here? Oh, okay. Ken's here. Is over there. Little Jane's over there about to flip out. Like he's about to come over here do some 360 and shit. Can we turn this?
That's dope.
I mean, Christian
Okay.
been in the camera.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so like, I just think the best part about being and attending a ball is just being around the energy, seeing what people are being creative with. Because remember, all these when you go to a ball, people are doing this out of their own money, out of their own, you know what I mean? So people are taking things from their house and pulling it apart and putting it together and then making it look like it's $1 million, So I think that aspect for me is the creativity, the energy, and the family building because we're all want our families to survive, and to rise again.
Yes.
What about you, Christian? What's your favorite part about attending a ball?
What's my favorite thing about attending the ball? Just seeing everybody, saying
Period. It's
just,
such a good time when you catch up with everyone.
yeah, just say hi to people and see the people that you hate so much. Also, that's always like, you know, that's like a thing.
I'm always so amazed at just the talent and the pure black excellence. I just feel like there's nothing black people can't do. And just seeing how people constantly push their bodies and things to these positions and these, whatever, to create their effect or whatever they're going for and just come through. It's like, girl, I don't know how you did that, how that was even physically possible, but you did that, girl. And I'm here for it.
My advice for season 2 is to stretch.
Stretch.
Stretch. I'm telling you, stretch.
Yes.
Like imagine waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to stretch. Like I was so mad. I was sitting in a mad face. Like people would not even be saying good morning in the morning time. Like I would just be like, oh, wow. Another day of stretching. Like so grilled.
Yeah.
As a yoga teacher, I definitely have to commend you for saying that because we should do that whether we're on Legendary or not. Extending and releasing in the body. That's important.
Hey, doing yoga.
And like the best And the best part I love about like, well, I kind of like stretching only because like I be away. I have a nice glass of wine, a nice little TV show, a few pillows to hold the legs apart, and just sit in the little split. I be sitting there like,
Shitting them down. But can you do it? I mean, I'm just kidding.
That shit burn.
I'm just kidding.
listen, look,
That shit burn so bad.
Lava, you got something? I feel like you want to ask something, Lava. You like you just up there wanting to say something, Lava.
Oh no, I'm good.
This Kool-Aid grin going. Hey, I love it. Hey Dominique, how you doing? Yeah, y'all, you know what? I just love. Again, I'm so thankful for y'all coming on the show with us tonight.
Yeah.
It's been really a pleasure to see, you know, on a platform like HBO. And I keep wanting to say season 3. So I think the show is going to be very successful. It's going to keep going on. But it's so great that a platform like HBO is doing such a thing. And I love that Jack Mizrahi is one of the producers. And so that he is, you know, helping it as much as he can keep it true to the culture. But we know with TV, it's big, and you know, how you know things are actually shot versus how they're edited and portrayed on TV may be different. So y'all kind of touched on this at various points. But how ultimately and overall, how do y'all think this show is currently or future wise impacting the ballroom culture?
Here we go. I think for me, I feel like it's a change ballroom for like open doors, of course, and stuff like that. But I think it's a push it in the right direction because before, like I want to even say like 8 years ago, like 9 years ago, I remember going to like a New York club, and if I said I was in ballroom for a boy, he'll be like, "Oh, you're one of those." Like, but now people can like actually have a career and they can actually make things out of their life from ballroom, and which that was the biggest thing to people because they were like, "Oh, girl, you got a ballroom, but you can't put that on your resume." I can't.
Now you can, right? Hello.
Yeah, so it's just like for me, it's like it's a great feeling because now we don't have to feel like we're less than. Now we can be on the same level as like brilliant artists and billionaires and millionaires, and now because like now people are starting to see like where they got this from. They got it from us anyways. They got the culture, the fashion, the way you move your hips. Oh, come here, girl, fix this up. They got it from us anyways. So I feel like it's a game changer, but it's a go for the good. You have some bad with it, but that comes with everything. It just the bad allows you to know the good.
Yeah. Or blender.
Would you like to add anything to that, Christian?
So it's bullshit. I'm just I love it. I'm just a big fun person. So either way, like I think it's dope. It's a dope ass experience. The whole experience itself is dope. Like seeing the same people every day, like meeting new friends and stuff. Like I don't really have that many friends in the ballroom scene because I don't know. I just don't. It's not something like I really tackle too hard. But going to the show, I met some of the most fun people like in the world, like all over the world.
Love you, Christian.
Yes, I love you too. It was dope meeting them. Like I just would tell people don't go into the competition thinking about who you are as a person, thinking about how many followers you have, thinking about how fabulous you think you are. Just go and humble and meet new people, and it'll still be a dope ass experience for you. Like,
Yeah.
even though we didn't win, even though I didn't win, I got to meet mad people. Like, you get what I'm saying? I got like people like white friends, Asian friends, like cisgender friends, like tall friends, small friends. So it's like it's dope as fuck. I think it was a dope experience.
That's
Like
right.
I didn't go into this thinking like, like of course you want to win, but I didn't go into this thinking like I'm gonna go in here and, try to make this about me and try to do all that. Like I was more so chill throughout the whole thing. So that was dope.
What's your tattoo on your neck? Can we see that? Can you show?
Power.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
a cover up. I'm still getting it covered up. I had stars, but they covered it up and turned it into flowers.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so they're gonna fix this star shit right here, and it's gonna be my whole neck. Like I love tattoos. My whole body is
Yeah,
good.
me too.
Come on.
I can't wait to get my next paint.
How many tattoos do you have total?
Pain.
I have 10.
10. Wow.
Yeah. 2 of them right here. I got one here.
I wanted to get that one.
So these are both my birthdays because I'm a Gemini, so there's 2 of me. So I have May 11, 2011, which is like when I first joined Ballroom, and then June 14th, 1990.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you up having a tattoo when you first joined Ballroom. You were so vain. It's so sweet to see somebody that's so positive and stuff like that. And you know,
Yeah. It's because, like, I feel like, honestly, if I didn't join Ballroom, I wouldn't even have the bonds that I have. So I'm just like, I'm so thankful for the culture bringing me around these people to, like, to connect. And, like, there's people that I wouldn't even imagine talking to, but I got through Ballroom. So I'll just be so thankful sometimes. I'll be all like, so I'd be like, okay, girl, let me just go get this tattoo real.
yeah. Because it's mad different people involved. You got your good people, your bad people.
Yeah.
That would go. I'm rooting for you.
So you're like such a. How old are you, London? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 29, turning 30 this year.
Okay, so young. It's hard to tell with black people because black don't crack when you take care of it.
Okay.
You got to take care of it, though. You got to take care
The
of
most important part.
it.
Yes. The melon can't expire. I mean, the melon
Right.
gotta keep.
Hello. Because melanin is immortal. Melanin is so powerful. It's more than a skin pigment. I encourage y'all, if y'all haven't looked up the real power of melanin, look it up because it's powerful. It's some powerful stuff.
Listen.
Lava, what you got?
If they ask you to come back for All Stars, what you gonna say?
I'll do it. I'll do it. Because honestly, if they told me to come back tomorrow, I'll be like, all right, guys, I'm packing my bags. Send me the email. I'll be there. So.
What about you, Christian?
Of course, I'm a challenge winner. You know I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
I gotta keep it going.
So when I was by myself, I got mine. So where y'all was
and did serve face. Let us see right. Can you serve the camera for us right now? Let us see that face. Show
I look so bad.
Undeniable.
Everything.
I look so bad right now.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know how I do. To be honest, I don't even know how I go into that person. Like that shit is so funny seeing it. Like watching myself, that shit is so funny because I do not act like that.
It's like, don't you feel like, do you black out? Like even though like you're doing face,
yeah,
like
I
don't really black out. So
it's
like
real. It's really real. Like you don't be there. Like you really don't be there. It's like an out of body type of thing. I watched it. I didn't remember none of that stuff. I'm like, yo, who is this person? I really don't. It's so funny. I don't know because I'm not Christian Banks. I feel like Christian Banks is something that I kind of like made up. Like that's this other person. Like so when I look at that stuff, like when I see myself, I be like, you do not act like this. Like I be looking like, ew. It's so funny. It's just so funny watching myself. It's kind of like Robin is not Rihanna. So when she's Robin, she's just a whole nother person.
Right.
Watches herself, I'm pretty sure she's like, oh, you did that? Like, oh, shit.
Just like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce,
Uh-huh.
And like honestly, there's like been some times that you go out there and you're nervous, and then like you go on the floor and you wake up at the end like, okay, I am on the floor still, right?
That shit, expert, like that's a whole nother like, ooh, that already had my heart like.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing his fine ass just sitting on the end like that. I was like, in the hallway before they even before the shit happened, I bumped into him in the hallway, and I was dropping shit and everything. He was like, I'm just trying to get to the bathroom.
I mean, he was into you when you was serving face. He was so into it. I was like, yes, and he was like, I'm not.
I think people were saying. I think he was into everybody though. Like they edited it to make it seem as though, but he was giving everybody, like he was saying everybody's name and saying nice stuff about everybody. Like it wasn't just
Christian, be honest, you got them digits, huh?
I'm not.
Not at liberty to discuss.
I wish.
So we have about 5 more minutes left. So one thing I like to know too, just because I think, again, as we see that this is like life changing at so many levels. Since the show has debuted, how has y'all's life changed, if at all?
Whew, changed a lot. For me, it changed in a different way, especially with like the whole COVID thing happening. I felt like I wanted to like teach myself and build myself more. So like I was trying to learn different languages and like French and like Spanish.
What did you say? Give
Um,
us something. What you got?
That's so,
We'll come back. That'll be on next week's episode. Now,
look, play.
you can always go with Lady Marmalade. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? That's always just go back to that.
Menage. That's all I know. Menage.
we.
But I definitely just but to continue, I learned just to open up more, to be more open instead of being so private. That too. I learned a lot from that. So
Yes.
That's dope. My life changed because I keep typing shit in Google Translate. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys see London. Like Brazil goes hard for the show.
yes,
Brazil
so
goes.
hard. But that's what I loved about it. I think that's what gave the motivation.
Thank you so much to the person that just said that. I'm so sorry I didn't get to. Thank you,
Neil.
Thank you, Neil.
Jamil is one of our awesome corporate volunteers.
Hey,
You should see me in the morning.
Oh. You should see me in the morning.
I have a personal question. And it's more of a serious one. It's nothing like that. But with ballroom and then like a show like this, like we know how the culture can be a very ego-fueled environment. What practices do you have in place to where you don't let your ego take over?
Just shut the fuck up. That's me.
I just know your lane.
I just shut up. My
I
team.
I just know my lane. I know theirs. They know theirs. I know mine. And so I know I'm not gonna be like them. They're not gonna be like me. So there's no reason for us to even, unless they want to crash.
Talk. I'm telling you, because my team, our egos was like, yo, you can see it you can literally see it in our interviews. Like some people weren't speaking during our interviews. Like
yeah,
and you were one of them.
No, actually, I was really the heart to the team. Like I kept us pumping. To be honest, like I was more so the person that was like, "Come on, y'all, we gotta practice. Like we gotta." Like we had some shit. Like we had egos. That's what I want. People were expecting me to be the person I am outside of the ballroom scene, and that's not what the show is for. The show is not for me to go in there and be opinionated, be like like into myself. It's not for that. It's a team thing. So normally, most of the time, like when we did interviews and stuff, I would speak and I would say my piece and stuff like that. But I'm not really. I didn't go in there to be a coach. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
TV can turn into something else.
So who are you outside of the TV show? We want to get to know that Christian too.
Outside of the TV show, I'm very opinionated. Like I'm radical. I'm opinionated. I'm a little bit crazy. I have been problematic in the past, but I'm better. I'm in a better space.
That's good.
Yeah. So I just think it to be like, but the ego can definitely make your team crash and fucking burn.
Yeah.
Like everybody on my team is like already like it's like already we won the money, so to speak. So it was hard getting through certain practices when you got like we literally had Beyonce on our team, so it's kind of like literally,
Yeah.
For real. Y'all really had Beyonce out there.
Yeah.
how do you feel, B? Like, how do you feel about this? Like, I think it was dope that she didn't actually walk face and she made me do it. Cause like
Yeah.
I was into this thinking like I was gonna be in 3 Fab Mice. I was already practicing my walk, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I'm trying to get my walk together." She's like, "Hey, you're not walking." I'm like, "Really? You gonna let me do it?" She was like, "Why not?" I was like, "Oh shit, so let's do it then."
Yeah.
Let's do it.
He was gonna do
Yeah.
it.
But that's beautiful.
Right? That she took the backseat. That's like so like people. She's really not like people think like the show makes her seem like that's the thing I don't like about it. Like the show makes her seem like a diva person, and she's not like that. Like she's mad.
Yeah.
She has her days like everybody else, but she's mad sweet, like old sweet, like.
Actually, do you remember the time for Valentine's and she brought all the ladies flowers and roses for Valentine's?
Everybody late.
Like,
And I was
that was
looking
like the most beautiful thing ever.
that was so sweet.
Yeah.
She's that's my auntie for always and forever. Like she's so
Come on, auntie.
She's beautiful. That's a beautiful lady.
You know, I feel like I can talk to y'all forever. Y'all have such beautiful spirits, beautiful souls, beautiful bodies, beautiful faces. All of
Same.
And so I'm so happy that y'all joined us tonight. So tell the people where can they find y'all? What's y'all's Christian Mingle profiles, usernames and stuff?
I'm glad you know I was on Christian Mingo. That means the this is out there.
get
No,
laid.
you can find me on Instagram or Twitter as London and Scott as the handle.
Yeah. My name is Christian Banks on everything.
Christian Banks on everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm
And he's gonna be laughing all the way to the bank. Okay, really quickly, I just want to get y'all's input. You know, it's unfortunate, what we got going on in, the world today. You know, may our brother George Floyd rest in eternal love and such. How y'all feel about what's happening today? Because we certainly, as an organization, don't really stand for the violence and the police brutality and all those things, because Black lives certainly do matter to us. They have now and always have. So how do y'all feel about what's going on right now? Bonus question for the people. And y'all can decline to comment if that's what you prefer to do too.
Well,
we be here all day.
okay. I hate that it took a death to have us go around the world to stand up. But honestly, it takes sometimes you have to destroy to create. And so I feel like that's exactly what we're doing. We're kind of like destroying a system to rebuild it so it can be fitting for everybody. So for me, it's just I just love that everybody's taking a stand and not letting it just pass over, because we only have one life, you know what I mean? And everybody has a brother and a sister and a mother and father. So it's just you're taking away lives that other people are depending on. So I just feel you know, we're fighting for lives out here. So I don't want to say too much. I'm not really an activist, but I definitely support the movement, and I just love that we're standing up for ourselves, and hopefully we can make a change.
Yeah. Christian, you got a sentence or two you want to add? I know you can give us an essay in a book, a dictionary.
I just feel like just use this opportunity to like love people more, just like spread more love. Like I'm big on affection and just telling people like you love them and just like you appreciate them. So like, I feel like as long as you love people, then I feel like this should get better. Love conquers everything. So just be more loving. Like just tell people you love them. That's all I can say. Like honestly, it goes a long way. Just telling somebody you love them. So that's what
Thank you. I think that's a great way to end tonight's broadcast.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for joining us. Thank you everybody at home that was watching. Again, it's not too late. If you didn't share this video, share it. Call your mama, tell her to watch it. Call your cousin, call somebody, tell them to watch it. Each one. Yeah, see, London got the right idea. Spread love, sex responsibly, and sex responsibly. So we'll see y'all again next week, and peace.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. Later, y'all. Be safe.